What's crafted to all my chaotic friends out there, and welcome back to another episode of ChaoticCraft. As you can see, we are stood behind or in front of our brand new mob tower, and I have taken off the side bits because I couldn't get it right. It didn't look right, and I think it's fine as it is. I think it's doing well, but I have also been doing quite a bit as well to get ready for the next episode. So I'm going to take you to part of what I have done. So, as Skits has already said, he doesn't trust anything that is a 2x2 tunnel. What do you think, Skits? 6x6? Do you like? Anyway, as you can see, I have a thing over here that has a white line around it. This is my drill section. Now, it's quite noisy when you get in there, so I'm going to stand back a little bit. As you can see, there is redstone around the outside, and we've got 6x6 worth of drills. The redstone powers the outside of the drills. Then I've got levers that power the inside 9, and then we've got the flying machine, which I conveniently stole off the lift. Now it's going to get noisy, so I probably won't talk for this, but once you hit the center lever, not the one that's on the back, but the one that's in front, I'll come out and you'll be able to see what happens. Now you have to set the entity block, and as you see, it's moving forward. The entity block basically will, if you select it so entities stay with it, it will stay inside. But if you select it so that entities drop off, they'll all come to you. So, but also keep move with player. So I can literally stand here and collect as much deep slate as I want, which makes life so easy. And look, I've uncovered some diamond blocks. So I'm going to nick these, and yeah, so that is how I am getting my deep slate. And you might say, but Gollum, why are you getting so much deep slate? I'm going to show you right now. So here is the project. Now, I'm not on about the wall, it's behind the wall. So let me show you what I have actually been up to between episodes, because this is going to be the start of the new game area that I am preparing. Now it's Peaky Blinders inspired, so anybody who doesn't know what Peaky Blinders is, watch it and you'll enjoy it. But this, I have set different sections, and there's going to be a path, and just ignore all those zombies underneath because I haven't lit underneath there, so the noisy things. So this is going to be the main street. So we've got the street here, which is going to have houses on. I've already laid out the foundations ready for the build in the time lapse. Over here is going to be a little Chinese market that they have on the series, and that blocks off part of the road. There's going to be lots of different things which I will take you through when we do it. We're going to have a huge canal bridge which is going to stretch over there, and there's going to be another diagonal sort of bridge that goes over there. So that's what these are for. These are for pylons. We've got a canal, so I've hand carved this out. This has taken a long time. This is what I needed all the deep slate for, was for all the roads. So we're going past this now. Just over the canal there's going to be a little boatyard, and this is all going to come into a game, so we'll all find out eventually. This is going to be where the garrison is, which is the garrison is a tavern, and then over here is going to be a big warehouse / factory, which will work as the ending of the game. So I'm going to try to cram a lot into this space, which I have. And by the way, it took me ages. As you can see, there's still trees burning, and I've left bits and pieces floated in the air. I found that burning was probably the quicker way, and I don't want to steal. Oh well, I like buying wood off Mero. It just saves me having to do lots of digging, lots of tree chopping. There is a build there, and there's a hot air balloon over there, and there is a mob spawner there. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. yet. I'm probably going to have to tear them down or cover them up. There's going to probably be something, but there is going to be a... Okay. There is going to be a game. It's going to be almost like a post-apocalyptic. You're going to have all these nice buildings, and then there's going to be like zombies. Let me just eat. So we're going to have like zombies. We're going to have skeletons shooting at you. I'm probably going to have to, oh, it's got dark, probably going to have like an entrance way there, so you'll come into, and then you're going to have roadblocks and stuff that are going to send you in different ways, so you're going to have to work your way through this sort of mini city, and you're going to find your way out to the end. I haven't decided on a trophy yet, but I will figure something out. But that's enough for me waffling. Let's get on with the first time lapse of the episode. And I may have got a little carried away with building. As you can see from the time lapse, I built this side, and basically I just replicated it on the other side of the street. I put in some new lamps, which are pretty simple. I have put that in there to hide the gaming district. I'm not sure about the clouds. If anyone's got any ideas, just let me know. Basically down the street, I have done some more, put a road, put basically a wall down there, and put this giant sort of bridge. This bridge, I've tried to make this area look as close to the actual series as I can, without, we're basically trying to make it easier for the game, and this is level 1, so this is going to be quite a simple thing. Now this, I wanted to block off the other side because that's going to be another part of the game, so I have done a little bit of black sort of glass light trick. Hopefully that gives that sort of shadowy tunnel, and if anyone comes over here, they can't get through. Now we've got some barrels and bits and pieces just dotted around. I did create this fence just to block off that, so you're sort of forced to go through. Then this is going to be, okay, now I'll have to chuck in some dirt in a minute. Yeah, this is going to be where the Japanese market is going to be. I don't know why I said going to be twice. And if I have a little bit of food, and if I come over here, I'm still obviously building. Just got to finish the back of that, and we have a canal over here, which is going to be probably level 3. Because level 2 is the Japanese market or Chinese market. This is going to be level 3, which is going to be the shipyard, the boatyard, and then over here we're going to have, there's going to be the garrison tavern and the big factory there. So that's 3, 4. So there's going to be roughly 5 levels to the game, and I'll have to figure out how to lead people through the game. But what I want to do now is quickly show you the inside. I do have, don't think this is, no, this is not the box that I need. I have made myself a sort of interior dressing box, and that should be in here. So if I just, this is This space I'm thinking of just build, because this is going to be like my workshop. I'll probably build a tree farm, chop that down and get it converted into not wood, get it converted into coal, because coals will feed the basically like the farm that we did not long ago. So we're gonna go. This is where you start. So I have tried to do a little bit of interior in here. So we basically got a bedroom, which is where you spawn in the bedroom. So it's almost like you're waking up. And then you got this living room, which come through here. I'm gonna probably put something there. And then we've got to sort out, because you've got to go across. So rather than being walking down the street, this side's got to be knocked off. So I'm thinking we'll build a lorry in a moment. Then we'll start this off inside. This is the interior of the betting shop. I was thinking skeletons, maybe from tracking you, but then I'm also thinking to go along with the theme, and when the actual betting shop got broken into, they had tripwires with bombs attached. So I am probably going to make it dispensers, or yeah, dispensers which will shoot out arrows with tripwires. But that's going to be an interesting one to sort out. But we've got all this bits and pieces, and first we need to put down the tables. So these tables, I think there's 2. So if I put one here and I put one here, you're going to be forced to sort of go around. You can even go above, but I won't recommend it because we're going to put some bits and pieces, put some chairs in. Gonna have just probably an odd mix of chairs. Bang one sideways. This is going to be the chalkboard area, so we need to sort of leave that clear. Let's bang another one there. I think that's one wonky now. It's very heavy on one side, so but you are going to be forced to go through there. I think that works out quite well. We do have an upstairs which we're not going to use, so I'm going to block this off with probably black concrete. Let's get a sofa. So the sofa, I believe, I think this is like a meeting room. So if I just put some of the chairs down here as well, so you're going to have that as a meeting room, so I'll get a two high table. The sofa I think is going to be in here. It's basically you're going to have to walk through and you're going to go to the outside world, so I'm going to put the sofa probably here, and we'll bag another sofa here, make it sort of a nice cozy little area. Don't know if the white's going to blend in. Oh, by the way, this is wallpaper. Basically you get 4 oak planks and some dye, and it puts it all together for you, makes it nice like that. I'm not going to show you where I'm going to put the dispensers, because if the other guys are watching, they will get a gist of where everything is, and I don't want that at all. We'll get some bits and pieces like this. So this is where dispensers and stuff are going to be. So if I do, since this is like a bookkeeper's, this is going to be, no, it's not the bookkeepers, it is the storage area. So it's almost like where they keep all the cash and stuff. So if I do something like this, and stick some barrels in as well, we could have like gold coins knocking about, and I'll stick one up there. And we'll do the same on this side. So I'm thinking a couple of dispensers to sort of, you've got to avoid them as much as you can. Then we are going to go for, what shall we do? Got to smarten the room up a little bit more. So if I go put some pots down, place a pot there, maybe. Yeah. it is basically trying to fill the room up and give not a lot of space for the player to move through. It is like they need to feel cramped. They need to sort of go, oh wait, I can't jump over here, so we need to figure out that. And we need to figure out, so I'm gonna put the lights will help a lot because that will stop you from jumping over the table. So there'll be a light there, one there, put one there, put one there, and we'll put one here, and then you're gonna have to have one in here. So this is basically interiors with Gollum. I'm not the biggest interior person, but I think that would be quite nice there. Put one here. Okay, that'll light up the room a bit more. We're quite lucky with the mods that we've got. That gold, you could go like this, and you can put coins down. Do some quite big piles. That way the guys can't just go, oh wait, I can't get around. Oh. They're going to be forced to have to go into these droppers or hoppers. Let's put some, these small pots are quite cool. I like these, so it's what I used on chimneys. Let's put knocking about. We'll put maybe the opposite side. Maybe it could be almost like a drinking barrel. Put one there. This room I will figure out as we're going. Let's put a little one there. So it's becoming, should I say? We're not. No, you're not going there. It's becoming what I want it to be. Now, thinking chimneys, maybe. They do drink a lot, so put some drink down. Let's do. There you go. They can have drink there. No, actually we won't use that for a chimney. We'll keep that back. Maybe some chests. Books. Books is a good thing. So obviously they're gonna have books. Ooh. Let's put. So the more books you sort of get, so if I go like this, because I self-touched all these, they are turned to normal books wherever they are. They're there. So in theory, I should be able to go like this, and they will change. There you go. I think that looks quite cool. Let's put some up there. And it's starting to look like a betting office. I think I had. Wait, here you go. We'll try this as well. Basically, I'll bring you back once this area is sorted so that you can see the overall look, because this is going to take some time. So I'm not going to show you the inside of there because I want to keep that a surprise for the rest of the guys. But we have to figure out how do we block them from getting from there to over there and have to go through there. So it's going to be a guiding thing. So I am thinking maybe a truck. We'll make it a big truck about there. That'd be about right. So these are going to be the wheels, and then we need the arches. So I do like making quite large vehicles. Well, I like making vehicles that are 3x3, 4x4, not 3x3. So these are your wheel arches. It's going to have a rigid back. So we'll work this out as we're going along. So let's place in some hardwood there, and then we'll place in the engine there, and then we'll run. Do you know what? We'll do it black. sort of keep that rusty, dirty aesthetic. So if we go back into our little storage system over here, I should have some stuff left over. Let's just dump some of this off. Thank God for these things. The stone cutters are so cool for what I need it to do. So if we do, yeah, that was loud, but we've got plenty now, so that will help. Obviously I've used where the stone up the top, so that's helpful for me. So we're going to place this, and it needs to be big enough so that the guys can't get over it, and then we'll run it back, and it needs to be a little bit wider. So do we, yeah, so we'll put some storage boxes down the bottom there. This is quite a big vehicle, to be honest. Then we are going to want to sort of build the shape of the cab out. So if we go, that's the sort of back. Then we want to go with, I think I just left my walls behind. So we'll go back in here, go get the walls. It's quite windy outside, quite rainy. It's not very good for building, which is not helpful. Let's put these back. We'll find the walls. There's contemplation in my mind, but we'll use the walls. So it's going to be a sort of truck, so it's going to have quite a large back. So maybe I should keep the arches sort of underneath. So if we do it like this, so these are going to be where the seats are going to be. Bring it up one higher, and then we'll just run this down the back. Yeah, I see that working, and then I'm going to be able to jump over much. Like I said, I'm figuring this out as I'm going along. So that looks sort of like a truck. Now we need some bits and pieces to sort of stack. So say if we stick a couple of these either side, that gives, I don't like them. Do not like them. They don't seem to work right for the style that I'm going for. But I know trucks do have a flat side. So if I do this, and then we go like that, make it a little bit higher. And then what I was thinking is maybe using banners on the side. That might work quite well. So if we run this along the sides, and there's no really way to get in. So I do see it taking shape. It's looking quite cool. It looks basic, but once I get all the details on, I think it's going to work quite well. So we're going to have the driving parts there. It needs to have an engine part that sticks out. Do we do? No, we do the flat roof. So anyway, that's taking shape. So I'll bring you back once that part's done, and then we'll try and figure out how to block off the weight a little bit more. So with a little bit of tweaking, I have now come up with this design. You probably can't see it the best, but it's got a couple of lights at the front. I've got some hubcaps on, and I changed the back to have like wool back. So it does look quite cool. It does need some more bits and pieces around here, but this is pretty much the start of level 1. So we go through here, and none of these spots you can get out of. You can see the other side, which is quite nice. The other side will probably have more vehicles on, which I'll build between episodes. Obviously you can't go through here, and you're sort of forced to go in here. Now it's gonna be quite interesting to see how the guys navigate in there. I think they're gonna get hit a couple of times, but I'm quite happy with how this first part has gone because it does look like a Peaky Blinders area. Obviously, if I jump, you can see everything over there. There's nothing, so it's going to be more piles of stuff. There's going to probably be people standing around fires, more vehicles, maybe a horse and cart, just to sort of add that tiny bit of life into the area. And obviously, all the windows are sort of curtains, so you can't see in them. Maybe I could try and name tag a skeleton, maybe have him appearing out of one of the windows to shoot you while you're down there. But I'm pretty happy with how this first part starts. And for a game, I think it's quite interesting to start and just have sort of like a nice relaxed beginning. Maybe I could probably chuck some food in a barrel every so often so they can regen. And obviously when you first spawn, then you can set your spawn, which is really helpful. And I thought I'd actually show you what I've actually done on this side. So rather than doing it between episodes, I have come up with this design. So we've got a couple of barrels, bits and pieces. We've got a truck going under the bridge, which I've kind of derailed half, so it looks like it's faded away. We've got a fire. We've got some like carts and bits and pieces on. I could probably sneak in a horse or two. Got another vehicle. I quite like these. Got like the seats there. It's a typical sort of vehicle from that age. It's just a shame we haven't got any lights. Yeah, I've got a couple of geezers. What geezers? A couple of them, alright. They're just hanging around the fire trying to keep warm. I have sprinkled a few bits and pieces like food and stuff around so that people can regen after obviously going through there. But yeah, it is looking pretty cool. And I'm going to have to put some instructions in that first building because you're going to have to find some special things to get points. I'm so proud of how this has turned out. It's turned out so much better than I thought it would. The idea was there, the concept was there, and I think it works. There's still a lot to do, and apologies that this episode's been out slightly late, as collecting bricks is terrible. Just ask my friend Peaky, or Valhalla as we all know him. That is a pain, and yes, it's not fun. But we're here now, we're getting ready. Next episode is going to be the Chinese market, which is going to look pretty cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, so don't forget to smash that like button. Thankful for everybody that's joined me. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's all say it together like we always do. Let's stay crafty.